talking and then it didn't come on the time and I gotta fix this damn shit. What the fuck? How's everybody doing today? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Okay, so real quick, as you know, I always am square with you guys when we talk about uh, any case, and I always, when we speak on these cases, actually bring up actual case law, or I bring up actual law while we're discussing it. I'm not just saying what I think and what I feel. I use actual real life scenarios and whatnot so we could have the discussion. So today we're going to be talking about K-Flock. There's hope. There's not even a little bit of hope. There's actually a lot of hope. And it's a lot of hope because of a thing that we're going to be talking about in the update to the Lil Tjay situation. So this actually, they go together. There's an update for the Lil Tjay situation. Also, shout out to DJ Academics. I do not generally watch his page. The reason for that is, there's a couple of reasons for that. I mean, I watch videos of his, don't get it wrong. But I don't generally just go to his page and click on videos. So today, I just want to tell you what happened. So today I saw a video where he was clowning somebody, and I thought it was funny. He was clowning somebody. Those are the DJ Academics videos I usually watch. So he was clowning somebody, but I was busy. So while I was busy, it went to the next video, which was a DJ Academics video there also. I'm doing a roll call at the 5-minute mark. And y'all asked for the saloon tonight, so all drops are saloon drops. So hold on, so check it. The DJ Academics video comes up. The next one. That video says something in revolving around K-Flock. I'm going to discuss that. But the thing that he pointed out about K-Flock that his lawyer said, I'm going to let you hear it, actually raises another matter, and due to something that has recently happened, actually helps K-Flock. So, once again, when I tell you guys, I love all you niggas. I don't want you guys going to jail. I'm the furthest thing from a snitch. I'm not trying to crack no cases. I'm not trying to come over here and figure out who did what so people can get caught up. I don't do that. That's one of the main reasons why I only cover certain New York cases slightly. Because I don't want there to be a misunderstanding that people think I'm some kind of investigative reporter out here. Because I'm not doing that. Now, with that being said, we have an update on the Lil Tjay matter, which is super important. I can't even explain how important it is. And the update on Lil Tjay matter, all of the rappers in the tri-state area should be aware and paying attention to how this is handled in the court system. And I'm going to explain because if I don't explain, whether you agree with me or not, you won't have the opportunity to at least see what the logic and the reasoning was. So with that being said, we're just going to do roll call right now and get to the show. Shout out to K. Nicole B. says hello, how you doing? Shout out to J. Cruz says hello, how? Shout out to Charlene Champion up in here with all the frauds. Definitely appreciate you, baby girl. Hope you're having a wonderful night after a beautiful day. J. Crew asking what we talking about. Things. Then you see the title of the video. Charlene Champion said hit the like button on the way in. That would be appreciated. That's a whole fact. Then she drops the cash app. Charlene Champion doing all of the bestest of things. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul dropping all of those frauds. Definitely appreciate you, but baby girl. And yes, I remember. Shout out to KC. How you doing? He says, what up, Jax? Salute. I'm gonna call your drop when I call the first drop. So I'm gonna call them basically simultaneously, or yours first and then that one. Then copy. That was the plan was. Um, Shout out to Casey. He says, salute Charlie. Salute everybody. How's everybody doing today? And hope everybody's day is beautiful. Now I got a couple of things to say, and I want to be clear on this. The individual who was hit by K Flock had a weapon on him, says that's what's being, I guess, confirmed by the lawyer. I'm gonna let you hear what the lawyer had to say real quick, and then I'm gonna come right back.
It hits the ground and is found. When the guy hits the ground and is found, he's got a loaded gun that was in his pocket that his hand was on at the time. We consider that to be self-defense.
So he did shoot him in self-defense.
That's what the allegation is. I don't want to talk too much about the details of the case.
Okay.
The government claims that he pulled the gun out and shot him, but at the same time, the person that was dead on the ground had his hand on a loaded weapon, illegal loaded weapon, apparently about to shoot Kevin.
Okay. So without saying too much, you're arguing obviously self-defense. That's the crux.
That could be one of the arguments, self-defense, and I would say to the public, somebody's walking up to you with a loaded gun and it's pretty clear he's going to use it with a criminal record a mile long. Do you want to get shot or do you not want to get shot?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't hesitate to pull the trigger.
Before I explain how Lil Tjay situation actually might play into this, without that, I want to talk about a couple of things that this, the way that the lawyer is speaking brings new light. First is this. He's saying that not only did the dude have the gun, but his hand was on it. Saying that when the police came and actually got him, his hand was on the gun still, I'm guessing. At least that's what he's alluding to. You see, the law is a crazy thing. I'm going to tell you what the law says. This is super interesting. You see, if you have an illegal weapon and you use that illegal weapon in a way that makes it so that you are protecting your life, the law doesn't get in, you don't get in trouble for the thing you did to protect your life, but you do get in trouble for having the illegal weapon. You follow me yet? Anybody follow me yet? Anybody follow me yet? Just drop some thoughts if we anywhere near the same page. Drop some thoughts in the chat. Charlie Champion said, and lucky for Clay Flock, the gun laws in New York has changed. I don't know if it can apply in this situation when you listen to the rest that I have to say. But I think that was a great comment. I'm not shooting at your comment. I got to say that because sometimes I think people be thinking I'm shooting at their comment. I'm not shooting at your comment. I'm actually agreeing with you. It is lucky for Clay Flock. And I'm not even talking about the gun laws yet. Hold on to that. I'm not even talking about that yet. Even without any new gun law changes, it still is a positive for him, everything that I've mentioned so far and everything that I'm about to say. That's why it's so important. It's not illegal to be a gang. It's not illegal. Not at all. It's not even illegal to, it's not even illegal. Salute. I'm not going to say who it is. It's anonymous. But salute to the merch. Somebody just bought a mug, a pink Bronx mug. Salute. I hope it does well for you. As you can see, you bought the same mug, but yours is pink. Boom. So all of this white would be pink. All of this would be pink. I love this mug. That's my favorite mug. You see how busted and this shit. I got it. Salute. And link in the description. You can go down there and cop something from my store. I'm pretty sure there's something on there you'll love. Take a picture of it. Nice picture. You could be in the picture or not. Tag me. We repost. Anybody that's saying I didn't repost is a lie. I reposted everybody at least once. With that being said, listen, pay attention. The way our laws is set up, if you have an illegal gun, an illegal weapon of any kind, and your life is put in mortal danger, and you use that weapon to prevent your life from being extinguished, the way our laws is set up, you will get in trouble for having the weapon. But you might be able to fight that other shit in court. Shout out to Charlie Champion dropping the Cash App. If you want for me to discuss everything thoroughly, I will. As far as how he could still, where his bumps in the road might be. I don't know if that's a conversation y'all guys feel like having. Because the majority of everything that I'm going to be saying is really good for him. I want to say this, pay attention. Whoever is the gang that he's a part of, y'all niggas need to stay low. Just stay low. Don't create any problems. Don't get caught up with the police. If you're already, whatever crimes you're already committing, you're already committing them shits, keep it going. But stay low. I promise you. Look, listen. What up, Champagne Poppy? Look, listen. Pay attention. New York City is not trying to lock up all the gang members. New York City wants to lock up the dangerous people who prevent tourism. Are you getting it yet? New York City wants gang members walking around the city because that authenticates us. Do you get it? What New York City doesn't want is people to feel like they can't, like they're gonna get hurt or shot or their life is in danger. Let me explain something that happened that I don't know if people was paying attention in Chicago. Did you see that when that what the fuck? When they did that thing where the tourists was out there and they said, yo, they about to spin the block, and all the tourists ran and they put it on the shit and they thought it was funny. What happened shortly after that? The police pulled up on them, didn't they? Didn't they? Shortly right after that, the police pulled up on O Block. Tell me where I'm wrong. It happened after that, or did it happen before that and I'm wrong? I might be wrong. Did it happen after that or before that? But as far as I know, after that happened, the police pulled up on O Block and some niggas got arrested. So I'm going to say this again. I give a lot of advice over here. And I think sometimes, because of the way that I say it, niggas might be thinking I'm against niggas in the hood. I am 100% not. I'm here today because a lot of niggas in the hood looked out for me at points in my time. Because I'm from the hood. I'm from the fucking South Bronx, nigga. I'm from the South Bronx that when you walk across the street, you in a different hood, nigga. That's the South Bronx I'm from. I'm from the South Bronx in the 80s. Go ask about it. So I say all that to say this. I am in no way against niggas. I understand that we have a lack of resources because of the fucking government. And because of that, niggas gotta do what niggas gotta do to eat. Feed your family. Don't get me wrong. I just really want y'all to stop killing each other. Charlie Champion said you're right, there was a shootout a few years back And the locals and the tourists loved it. They compared it to Scarface. And the old head said it was nostalgic. Go figure. Look, listen. In Florida's crazy. We're not talking about Florida. Florida is another country. I don't know what to tell you. Florida's another country, man. I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to Florida. Salute. I ain't even mad at you niggas. You niggas is another country. Listen and pay attention. And I say this with the most sincerity. Whatever gang he's attached to, whatever niggas out there in the street he's attached to right now, y'all niggas need to figure out a way to not have to shoot at niggas and not get shot for a little while. Because every fucking thing y'all niggas do out here on the street, when he go to court, they gonna throw that shit right up in his face. They gonna say, look, this is the gang that he's a part of, and this is what they've been doing while he's been locked up. And if you don't think that they're gonna do that, I don't know what to tell you. So if you really want to look out for your man, the first thing you need to do is understand politics. If him getting locked up stops the violence on your end, that makes the government thinks that he has enough power that he could sway you niggas in directions to do things that they might want you to do, whether it be good or bad. That's enough to get him out. I'm just talking politics with you. Shout out to the Art of D. Glass. He says, good evening, family. Good evening to you. Salute to Andrew and all of the floors. I'm just talking politics to you. What up, Triple A? He said, how you doing? Salute chat, salute chat, salute Jack Frost. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Stay safe out there. I'm attempting. I hope everybody is. So listen and pay attention, because I can't stress enough that something just happened, and I'm about to mention it right now, that is gonna benefit him so much. I'm gonna give you an update on Lil Tjay. They said Lil Tjay he has a good chance of making almost a full recovery. So we clap it up for TJ. Clap it up for the doctors also that was helping that brother out and working on him. That's what they're saying. So that's the information they just put out. I don't know if it's real or not. Academics said it. Shout out to DJ Academics. I don't know if it's real or not, but I want to clap it up for that brother. Let's hope that he is going to make a full recovery. Or at least, be good. You know what I'm saying. Tori Mosley said, you've been calling this K-Flock case from the beginning. Because I said this before. There's only one thing, right? There's only one thing that might mess him up. But I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to stay talking on what we're talking about. I don't want to get carried off into that direction at the moment. But there's really only one thing that they have to sell to the jury, harder than anything else that I could think of off the top of my head. Not off the top of my head, obviously. I've been thinking about it all day, but you get what I'm saying. But listen and pay attention. In the Lil Tjay case, his two friends was arrested for the guns, but the DA has decided to not press charges. Let's clap it up for the DA. See, this is the problem. There's a big issue with just doing right sometimes. Sometimes people don't want to do the right thing because they say. It's not the conventional thing. But think about it like this. All scientists have to be able to think out of the box to make new discoveries, right? The greatest comedians have to think out of the box to make better jokes, right? Our greatest athletes have to think out of the box in order to be able to succeed by doing things that most wouldn't, right? My point is, in order to be exceptional, you can't be doing what everybody else is doing. You have to make the decision to go out on the ledge. This is a great move by that DA because it opens up something. And what it opens up is the understanding that in this day and age, the streets is so dangerous that you might need to have a weapon on you. There was a dude in Chicago, shout out to DJ Academics. I saw it on the War in Chirac series. So there was a dude in Chicago. Basically what happened was the police raided his crib. They found a gun on him or some shit in his crib. So he go to court because he fucked up on probation. He was on probation, right? I think he had an ankle monitor and everything. He goes to court. So the judge is like talking to him, boom. It's like, yo, so why you had the gun? You violated probation. Why you had the gun? The judge said, he told the judge, people trying to kill me. The judge looked at him. Said, you know what? People are trying to kill you. Sent them home. Boom. I was like, what the fuck? And then I thought about it. The judge thought outside of the box. Yes, he had a firearm he wasn't supposed to have. But he wasn't using it with a malicious intent. And we live in a really dangerous time right now. What K Flock's lawyer is going to do is going to court and show all of his ops talking about how they wanted to kill him. I'm K Flock's lawyer. We go to court. Self-defense. And he probably is going to wrap something else up in there. Right? And I'm going to get every single piece of every single real Instagram post, social media post, music video, every single thing I can find of the ops talking about K Flock, and I will bring that to court. And I'll close out just so we can be clear. You know, because they're going to have context. Then they say that one of the cops know K Flock. Then they say one of the cops know K Flock. Then they say one of the cops know K Flock and that he's going to testify against K Flock. I have no idea. I did not hear that. If you heard that, you're literally telling me new news right now. But I do know this. They said that the dude that he hit had a gun on him, and his finger was on the gun, apparently, allegedly. There's only one problem I could see right now with the new ruling that was just made in New Jersey. Yes, New Jersey, not New York. But these DAs in these different municipalities, especially when they're as close to one another and work in tandem with one another, generally seem to sometimes think along the same lines. New York wants, the government in New York wants, okay, first, could we clap it up? And a lot of people might not like him. He's a cool dude. All right. Could we clap it up for Ruben Diaz Jr.? Listen. I know a lot of other politicians have embraced hip hop, but I promise you, we do not have a politician that embraced hip hop like Ruben Diaz Jr. First of all, he grew up as a b-boy. Copy? From the Bronx. And what Ruben Diaz Jr. was doing this time while he was the Bronx borough president is he was building up Bronx history like crazy in the Bronx. Rap history, hip hop history. We got a whole hip hop bar now. I was there at the opening. I still got the footage and the fucking pictures. I was in there with the politicians interviewing politicians. Still got all the footage. It's just, I'm going to be re-uploading all that shit. Don't worry about it. It's in the archives. We got it. Copy? So, when he did that, and now the way that everything is changing around and how hip-hop is so influential in the world, New York wants to make a stamp on that. I promise you. They just need for niggas to stop shooting each other. They need for tourists to be able to go into the Bronx. They need for tourists to be able to go into Brooklyn. You never figured out why. Y'all didn't figure out why that's the two places they're targeting. You didn't figure. You don't think that gun violence isn't happening anywhere but Bronx and Brooklyn and New York? Have you been to Staten Island? Have you been to Staten Island? You think the Bronx and Brooklyn is the only place where the violence is happening? Have you been to Staten Island? But they targeted the Bronx and Brooklyn. But they targeted the Bronx and Brooklyn. Why is that? Because they need tourists to be able to go to the Bronx and Brooklyn. You know what River Park Towers is next to? Do y'all know what River Park Towers is next to? Do y'all know what River Park Towers is next to? Okay, that's just nonsense. So I'm saying that hold on. They need to be able to have tourists to be able to go to the Bronx and Brooklyn. They want to embrace rap. Do not get this wrong. Do not be confused. They need people to stop shooting each other. The mayor literally called the rappers into fucking City Hall to have a meeting with him. Tell me where I'm wrong. Don't tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Afro curls and cuts is BB and friend for a salute. Don't tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. I didn't say the cop didn't exist. I just didn't say I didn't hear about it. I didn't even say he was wrong. I just said I didn't hear about it. I just said this is my first time hearing about it. I'm not questioning you. I just didn't hear about it. That's it. I don't know what you're talking about. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul dropping the frost. So I want you to understand this. K-Flock has an uphill battle. But how long has he been locked up? He's gonna probably go to court in what, like another year, year and a half. He might be able to get time served. He might be able to get time served. He might be able to get time served. Real talk. They're gonna go with the self-defense. You're gonna be able to show a pattern of threats against his life. He was walking past the building, the dude came out, then the dude walked further down the block while him and his sister was trying to walk in the opposite direction. He had his sister with him with a guy that had a gun. How could you not expect him to shoot her? Am I wrong? How do you not expect him to shoot him? So at that point, it's up to the lawyer to be able to argue, basically, that it's just a tragedy on both sides. A young man lost his life, and another one's fighting for his life in the court system. It's just a tragedy on both sides. Both families are suffering. It's never easy to talk about this stuff, and this type of stuff hurt me in my heart. I'm not even gonna front. I don't like talking about this type of subjects, but this is the subject matter that we're discussing today because it's part of what we do, right? But I just want to say my condolences goes out to the family of the bereaved of the young man that lost his life. And my heart also goes out to the family of the other gentleman that is in the situation, just so we can be clear. Just so we can be clear. We up here and we do the news, and sometimes people think that we're heartless when we're talking about these subjects, but you're not. It's just that you know how many times I have to come up here and I've told you about somebody that had passed away. You know how often I gotta do that. How often I have to talk about how, you know, some family has lost somebody that they love. So I gotta understand. I talk about this all the time, but I'm not out here to solve no crimes. I'm out here to talk about court cases. I'm not trying to find any killers. I'm here to discuss whatever evidence that they have and people that's been their fingers pointed at them. Yes, I'm not trying to find anybody to point fingers at neither. This is just what I do. I just happen to be pretty decent at it. And I don't know how to feel about this particular matter. Because I'm just being perfectly honest with you. I can see him getting off with time served. I can see him getting off with time served. Just telling you. Look, pay attention. He was with his sister, his little sister, walking on the block. They see somebody in the window that is an op of his. They yell at each other through the window. I want to say something about New Yorkers. New Yorkers yell at each other, homie. New Yorkers yell at each other. We just do shit like that. Like, we just yell at each other. Niggas just do shit like that. That's what New Yorkers do. So I don't know if that's going to be a good enough reason for people to think about homeboy coming out of the and chasing him and going down the block after him. Because New Yorkers yell at each other. We yell at each other, we curse at each other, then we turn around and go back to work. Tell me what the fuck I'm wrong about. Let me tell you a story real quick. Real funny story. Super funny. So, I can tell you I work at, this is a long story. I work at Flat Rate. So we working downtown. Man, so I don't know what the fuck we was working. So I get into an argument with some dude about a thing. I don't even know what the argument was all the way about. He was like some foreigner though. So I get into him about a thing. And I'm not saying foreigner to be disrespectful. I mean that he had a really, really thick accent. You understand what I'm saying? His accent was really thick. Indian, like from India. Accent super thick. So, about like my height, a little bit bigger. So we arguing about some shit. I'm not even 100% sure what we arguing about. I don't remember no more. So this comes to a point where I'm just like, yo, fuck this shit. And I throw my hands up. And he looks at me like, what are you doing? Niggas like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? We just arguing. Like, cause we was just yelling at each other. And we New Yorkers. So, and then I thought about it to myself. And I said, oh man, my fault, man. And then for real. So he was like, you just gotta be in New York to understand, man. Sometimes we just yell at each other and we curse at each other and then we go about our lives. That's just always funny. Cause he couldn't believe. He couldn't believe this shit. He just really couldn't believe it that I was busy. Like, what the fuck? Like, the arguing was fine, but you really want to fight too? Like, nigga, like, we just yelling at each other. That was like, oh man, I need to tell you, I said that was just so stupid. Yeah, please drop all the froze. Let me call these drops real quick. That was just funny. I'm sorry. I want to tell that story because that's so stupid. Because, like, he really looking at me like, nigga, I just got here. I know we argue. What the fuck is you doing? Shout out to the Art of Deep. Wait, I gotta call the other one first. Huh. Oh, I remember. It was shenanigans. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul. She said she wants to pull up into the saloon with the $10 drop. Mind, Body, and Soul walks into the saloon. She has a flowing gown on. It looks like Mind, Body, and Soul walks into the saloon. She has a flowing gown on. You could see how it's sheer. It's like real sheer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like a ballerina's thing is, but it's like a thing that you throw around yourself like that, and it's like sky blue. She has one of those, and like it has the stitching on embroidery on the end, and that's like a yellow, like a real like faint, not a deep yellow, but like a real light yellow. It's like scarf shits that y'all use. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like them scarf shits and shit. So she swings it around and she walks in through the door. Her dress is flowing. Her train is like 2 feet behind her. As she walks into the saloon, all of the men doff their hats like this. Doff their hats like this. As she walks into the saloon, she glides up to the bar. She looks to the right of her. She looks to the left of her. She says, bartender, let me have some champagne. Bartender comes over. He pours it into the fruit. He puts the champagne here. He takes another bottle of champagne and puts it there. Then he waves to one of the girls. The girl comes down. She picks up both bottles. And then 2 diesel buff dudes pick up Mind, Body, and Soul and carry her upstairs. And carry us upstairs. Mind, Body, and Soul about to get a pedicure, a manicure, and maybe another cure in just a minute. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul. Pull it up into the saloon. It's whatever you want to do, girl. Shout out to D. Hourglass with the $5 drop. He says, high five with groovy vibes. D. Hourglass pulls up into the saloon. He has a whole tuck roll thing that he does. Like the door slams open. Bam! You can see him tucking and rolling through the door. He comes up to his feet. He has his 2 6-shooters like this. Everybody in the whole entire saloon that's sitting around all pull out their guns and aim them at him. He says, oh man, I'm just fucking with y'all guys. I ain't been here in a while. He rehosts the bitches. He goes up to the bartender. High five! He says, look, man, all of the things. I was on that side of the world. I was on this side of the world. There was girls. There was tons of them. There was also less of them. There was tons of them. And some of them was tons. And some of them was tons. That's all of the pamphlet. You already know. Shout out to D. Hourglass coming back to the saloon with all of the stories about the world that he has just voyaged to. I want to get back to the actual show. Hold on, slow up. Hold on. Listen, pay attention. Yeah, I was about to start talking about all the broad you was banging, but then I remembered you got kids. I don't know what they watching. Oh damn, you say that. Shout out to the Charlie Champion. You want to pull up into the saloon and get your own story. All you got to do is drop some dough into the cash app. It's $5 to come inside, but if you want to sit on the veranda, you could drop less. With that being said, best hip hop channel on YouTube. We just be chilling. Let me plug this phone in before this shit goes dead. Give me 1 second. So back to K Flock. Basically, and this is just my opinion, I can be wrong, but basically, because the DA in New Jersey decided to not press charges on Lil Tjay's people who had guns on them, leads me to believe that there's an argument that K Flock's lawyer can have, because there's already precedent somewhere, because I remember it happening, of a person having a gun they were not supposed to have, but their lawyer being able to argue if they didn't use the gun, they would have died, and you can't just expect the person to allow another person to kill them. So they just do time for having a weapon that they're not supposed to have. They don't do any time for the damage that the weapon caused. I'm going to explain to y'all the difference between murder and kill. I don't think you understand this. When you kill somebody, that means that they did a thing and they brought their death on them. Okay, so let's say a train is coming and some dude don't see the train and the train hits the guy. Boom, that guy was killed by the train. But now let's say there's a person and they're standing on the train and there's a guy that see them standing in the tracks and they say, you know what, the train's all the way stopped. The person's blind and shit, or deaf or whatever. So what they did and what they do is then they decide to make the train go. Boom, and they make the train hit the guy. Yeah, they murdered the guy with the train. Do you understand? The difference between murder and kill is intent and accident. That's one. Two, if you don't intend to cause the harm, but the person actually died, then that means that you killed them. But if you wanted for the person to die, your intent was for them to lose their life, then you murdered them. And for anybody that thinks that that's a slight thing that isn't a big deal, this is actually something that's discussed in the Bible. But that's a whole nother conversation that I'm not going to get involved in. But that also works inside of the law that we have inside of our judicial system. And I think that that's what the lawyer is going to attack. What up, Mark Smith? I think that's what the lawyer is going to attack. I think that that is the best way for the lawyer to go, not for nothing. That's just my opinion. You can't expect for my client to allow for that, for anyone at all. Whether my client was supposed to have the weapon or not, my client is a rapper who constantly has his life threatened on the internet. He has reason to believe that there's people that want to harm him, and that the harm that they're going to be bringing to him, he needs to protect his self. He needs to protect his family. He was walking with his sister. He was walked up on by an individual who we now know absolutely had a firearm on them. You can't expect for him to allow for himself not to just only get shot and possibly killed, but also his little sister. He's here to protect his sister. We have to protect him right here. I throw in. We have to protect black women. Boom. I'm trying to tell you, smack him dead in the face. Appreciate you, Brian, the tech guy. Well, you know I actually do prefer shirt and ties. I really do. Not for nothing. I really do. I really prefer shirt and ties. I ain't gonna lie to you. Seen a James Bond movie and I was just like, yeah, need to start changing my wardrobe now. Watch when you see the final iteration. Watch you see my final form. You're gonna be like, God dang it, this nigga's shirt. Thank you, I appreciate you, by the way. I just wanted to talk a little shit. Also, shout out to everybody that has been pulling up on the channel. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody that has been hitting the like button. I appreciate everybody that has been viewing any content that we have over here. We have in the last 2 weeks in a couple of days, because we wasn't posting, we have 1.8 million views. Thank you everybody that's been pulling up. I really do appreciate you guys. You have no idea. And our likes went up and everything. So thank you to everybody that pulled up. Thank you to everybody that's been hitting the like button. Thank you to everybody that's been doing everything. I definitely appreciate you guys. You guys are all the best. And thank you to all the new subs. I'm very happy that I was able to produce some kind of content that you guys decided to, or post some content. Because some of the content we produce, some of the content we just repost. We're a media company, so we repost. And that's how we try to allow for people to know that we advertise, by reposting people, so you can see the numbers that we get for other people. And generally speaking, every reel I post to about 3,000 views minimum. So salute to all the new subscribers that we just picked up as of recent. The number's actually higher than that. I just am showing this one currently. The number's actually higher. So thank you to everybody that's been showing up. I'm gonna let y'all hear one more time for all the people that just came in what K Flock's lawyer had to say, so you can see what we're talking about and where we're at. We're gonna see what I'm gonna let y'all hear what K Flock's lawyer had to say. It's very interesting.
Guy hits the ground. When the guy hits the ground and is found, he's got a loaded gun that was in his pocket that his hand was on at the time. We consider that to be self-defense.
So he did shoot him in self-defense.
That's what the allegation is. I don't want to talk too much about the details of the case.
Okay.
The government claims that he pulled the gun out and shot him, but at the same time, the person that was dead on the ground had his hand on a loaded weapon, illegal loaded weapon, apparently about to shoot Kevin.
Okay. So without saying too much, you're arguing obviously self-defense. That's the crux.
That could be one of the arguments, self-defense, and I would say to the public, somebody's walking up to you with a loaded gun and it's pretty clear he's going to use it, with a criminal record a mile long. Do you want to get shot, or do you not want to get shot?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't hesitate to pull the trigger.
I guess it's however you feel about that. I think better than a good argument could be made that He did what he did to protect himself and his sister. I think a good argument could be made that he did that to protect himself and his sister. Tell me where I'm wrong. The reporter, whoever was interviewing him, said, I wouldn't hesitate to pull the trigger. Dude, which one of us would? You get it? Which one of us would? Which one of us would? No. First of all, how can you? You got your sister with you. If something happened to you, something happened to her. You got somebody you protecting with you. I don't think they know much of anything. You understand? So by the time they go to court and finish with this shit, this nigga might get time served. He might really be coming home. And y'all know if I didn't think that, I wouldn't be saying that. Y'all know me. Might really be coming home. There's only one problem. I don't know if y'all want me to tell y'all what the one problem is. Drop some frost if y'all want me to tell y'all what the one problem is. If I don't see enough frost, I'm not going to tell y'all. Because there's one problem. And I want to see some names of some people I don't know. KC says, I remember DJ Academic said he heard dude had a gun on him. It's barely being confirmed now. Yeah. I remember he said that also, and we talked about it for a split second, but they had some people that they couldn't confirm because it sounded like they was trying to, somebody was trying to, I think there was people they couldn't confirm it for whatever the reason is. Now it's being confirmed. Shout out to the lawyer. This is one thing he's going to have a problem with. It's going to be ugly. It's one thing he's going to have a problem with. It's going to be ugly. Yeah. It's going to be ugly. Because there's one thing that I believe in the way I feel blows a hole in the theory, or at least the defense that I think would be currently, with me not even having all of the evidence. By the way, I don't even know what we know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the fucking discovery. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know what all this shit is, but I do know what I know about what I know and what we know, and what we do know is that there was an alleged shot to Charlie's Campion dropping the cash app again. Alleged, from what I know, he. I don't know if I should say it. You see, people don't always want to know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people just want to believe what they want to believe, and you should let them. Basically. Sometimes people want to believe what they want to believe, and you should. But I want to speak positively about how that brother. I want to speak positively about how the brother is. Yeah. I want to speak positively about how the brother is. This is actually good for him. He might be able to get time served. How much is it for him? 5 years, right? I can't change my mind with new information. So if I get new information, I'm not supposed to change my mind. If I say something once, I'm supposed to think that forever, and upon getting new information, I'm not supposed to change my mind. Is that what you're saying? That literally sounds like what you're saying. Just because I'm curious. Am I the only person not allowed to change my mind? Or is no one allowed to change their mind? Because I'm just curious, because if other people are allowed to change their mind, I want to know why I'm not given new information. I was just curious, you know. People love telling you about something that you said before you got new information. Like people be like, yo, which car you want? I want that car. And the person go get the keys and they come back and somebody be like, yo, that car right there, it don't got no engine. And he be like, nah, I don't want that car no more. Wow, I got new information. What the fuck? He might be able to. I don't know how good his lawyer is or isn't. I have no idea how good his lawyer is or isn't. But Lil Tjay's friends. Also, salute to Lil Tjay. They said he's walking. He should be able to make a reasonably full recovery. That's definitely good to hear. Salute to Lil Tjay. Very happy that he's here to hear he's doing well. Also, allegedly, it was 100% set up. And allegedly, they were just trying to rob him. They wasn't trying to actually shoot and kill him. They were trying to rob him, but they wanted to clown him. And he didn't do it. And he didn't give it up. And allegedly, just so we can be clear, it was not sanctioned. Nobody told them niggas to go do that. They just allegedly just happened to see him and they moved on their own. I want to tell you something about that area. In that area, shit like that don't happen. And it don't happen there for a reason. And a lot of rappers be over there. And a lot of rappers that be over there don't even like each other. No, they're not. But they mad at me every time I say that they're not bright. They say I'm insulting their intelligence, so I don't know what to do. I just not know I'm talking to niggas. Definitely, I think that you mean short bus slow? These guys are slow, man. I don't know. We used to drop short buses in the chat. Then I realized that, you know, some people, you know, might take that the wrong way, and I thought that was offensive. And I was like, let's not do that. Yeah, no, you're right. Nobody should ever change their mind upon getting new information. Oh man, these guys are, yes, they're slow. Yes, they're slow. So I do think that there's a chance that they might be. I can drop short buses for that guy. I don't really care. All of the short buses. That guy's slow. They gonna say now I'm disrespecting my community. He gonna go cry with them other niggas and be like, C-Frost is disrespecting the community. I just went in there and disrespected him and tried to call him out for what he said, even though I was right. But I'm like, I don't have a chance. I don't even talk about it. I'm sorry, I'm leaving it alone. just at some point, it's like, damn, man. Like, sometimes it's hard to get used to just having niggas on your dick. I don't know no other way to say that shit. It's hard sometimes to get used to this shit. I mean, I had people on my dick before, but, you know, damn. You know, they wasn't as dedicated. You know, these people are dedicated at being on my dick. It's like they do like a Rocky montage. They be doing a training montage. There be a whole training montage. There be a whole training montage. They be getting ready. They be seeing them dun on the keyboard. Dun dun. You see the guy swinging the mic. Dun 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 dun. Training montage with this shit. See the guy with the phone. Dun dun. Whole training montage. These niggas is bananas. Hold on, let me put my phone straight. This is crazy. Like, doing a whole training montage. Shit is crazy. Like, you can't do nothing about it sometimes. Sometimes niggas just on your dick, man. There's nothing you can do. Like, you can ask them to stop, but they're not gonna stop. Look at this guy. I'm slow, but you can barely. What the fuck does that got to do with you being on my dick or not? That actually proves you're on my dick. Why would you know anything about if I am or am not paying my rent? Why would you even know that? Why would that be something important to your life? No, that was a good comment. Yeah, they crying right now and punching their keyboard. That's a fact. Now, that was a good comment, Arthur D. Glass. I liked that comment. Unhide him. Unhide him. He ain't with them. At least I don't think he is at this moment, unless you know something I don't know. Juries can free people after evidence. I mean, people are allowed to change their mind. Those people are crazy. Those people are crazy. Those people are crazy, man. I don't know what to tell you. Niggas be on my dick. They be like, hey, move over. Niggas be on my dick. They be talking to the next guy like, hey, move over, man. Scooch over. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Man, I don't know what the fuck, man. God, they just on my dick, man. Like, hey, Rose, what you doing? They just be, you know, they mad and shit. They pissed. They can't talk to me personally, so they made a whole channel so they could talk about how they can't talk to me. That's crazy. That's what it is. That's what it is. They can't talk to me personally, so they made a whole channel to talk about how they can't talk to me. That's really what the channel is about. So I don't know what to tell you. I was over here with my coffee. Oh Lord. People are just crazy. Anyway, what we talking about? Get back to what we talking about. Come on, let's get back to what we talking about. People are crazy, man. What you gonna do? I can't do nothing about it. These guys made a whole channel, a whole entire YouTube channel to go talk about, because, you know, they can't talk to me. So they made a whole YouTube channel to go talk about how they can't talk to me. And then they say I'm crazy. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. They just sit around all night talking about me too. Like, yo, you know what Force was doing today? I'm not even lying. Yo, you know what Force said? Yo, Force did this. Force said that. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? People keep saying, somebody sent me like a couple of clips of that shit. I was like, what the fuck? This is all they doing? said, all right, whatever, nigga. Maybe I'm that nigga, and I just don't know it. Maybe I'm that, because I don't really care to be that nigga. So maybe I'm that nigga, and I just, because I don't care about being it, nigga. Maybe that's the problem. What you want to talk about? Put it in the chat. No, I'm kicking you. I'm never talking to those people ever in my life, I promise you. I promise you. You can put that on everything. God dang it. No, I didn't hear the damn feature. I don't even know why I didn't hear the feature. I told you I was going to listen to it. I think I went to the store and then came back at 8 and went to sleep. I forgot. I be forgetting to do shit sometimes. I need a girlfriend. I need an assistant. I need a girlfriend. I need an assistant. I need an assistant. I probably need an assistant more than I need a girlfriend. I need an assistant. I need somebody to manage my life. I can think more things done when I got an assistant. Like I said, talk to them, not never. What the fuck wrong with you? I'm literally kicking anybody that comes in here and says that. I don't care who they are. Not just that, mind, body, and soul. I don't believe in having conversations with liars. Why are you having a conversation with somebody that you know is a liar? That doesn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. Why would you have a conversation with a liar? I know that they're lying. Why would I go have a conversation about their lies? Does that make sense? You get it? There's no reason for me to ever talk to them. No, I never want to talk to them. There's no reason for me to ever talk to them. Why would I ever talk to anybody that's lying on me? I would never do that. I don't do that in real life. I would just never do that. Like, that's literally just a thing that's just not part of my character and who I am. Like, when somebody lies on me, I don't talk to them no more. I don't want to work it out. I don't want to do nothing. You a liar. You misrepresented me and tried to make somebody think something about me that wasn't true. Why would I ever talk to you? I gotta never talk to you. The fuck? Why would I say something to you so you could go tell somebody else something that ain't true? And you say I just said it? No, nigga. So that if I never talk to you, I never have to worry about you saying I said something that wasn't true. So no, I would never talk to a liar. Once I see you a liar, I never want to talk to you. I know my body and soul. But that's basically why. Never. I would just never do that. Charlie Champion says, did you see the preview for the new Viola? Oh, fuck that new Viola movie. That new Viola fucking Davis movie. This is the shit. What are you talking about? The Woman King. Let me go get my phone. I saw an advertisement for it. I was like, what the hell is this? And I said, yep, you want to know what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. Listen and pay attention. Black women is finally getting the respect that they deserve. Black women have always been excellent actresses, just like black men has always been excellent actors. Let me say something real quick so you can understand where I'm coming from. I want to give you a little bit of back data. Okay, so remember when those Sony emails were released a couple of years ago? Like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. I don't know when the Sony emails were released. Hold on, we'll talk about that in 2 seconds. Remember when those Sony emails were... Now, this is what I'm trying to say. If you're trying to say that Jack Frost doesn't do research, it's insane. Because almost anything that we talk about, I not only can have a discussion on the matter, but I can also bring up things that correlate to it, so I can even break down why the thing happened even more. It's insane that someone would say that I don't do research. It's insane that someone would say I'm not a journalist. This is literally what I'm doing. Anyway, it's insane. Listen, pay attention. When the Sony emails was leaked, there was an email that had went out about Denzel Washington. And what they had basically said is Denzel Washington does really well in the American market, but in the other markets, he doesn't do well. But in the American market, he does great. But in other markets, he doesn't do well outside of America. Now, what does that have to do with the Viola Davis thing? I think a lot of black women specifically, don't get the opportunity to headline movies. And I think women in general don't headline enough movies, just so we can be clear. Enough mainstream action movies. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about them fucking rom-coms. Of course, you're going to have a woman lead in that shit. Hopefully, in my regard, for me at least, if it's two dudes, I'm not watching it, and it don't got shit to do with homo whatever. It just has something to do with what that's not for me. You know, when you make a movie about two dudes falling in love, you didn't think about Jack Frost in the process. Like, yo, you know what, Jack of Love? You wasn't thinking about me. You was thinking about some other people, and you made the movie for them. With all due respect, when they make these superhero Marvel movies, they thinking about motherfucking me. Now, with that being said, women have not been headlining big movies. What I mean by big movies is movies that a lot of money is put into. Because they don't know what the return is going to be. The fact that Viola Davis is now getting the freaking respect that she deserves. She's been a great actress for a really long time. She ain't just get good. She did not just get good overnight. Viola Davis been slapping. What the fuck? You better go ask somebody. A lot of our black actresses are fucking spectacular. I'm going to say something real quick. And this is not a knock on Tiffany Haddish. But Tiffany Haddish is not a good actress. She's an okay comedic actress. An okay comedic actress. She's getting roles who I think other people would do better in. For me. That hurts the overall everyone. Because it helps all of us when we're looking good. It doesn't help any of us when we're looking bad. Now I'm going to say one thing to round this whole conversation out. Catwoman. Exactly. That's why they wasn't getting any big roles. You wanted them to put money into the movie. It's called The Woman King, I believe. It's a historical drama on top of that. I can't show y'all. Let me see if there's a... I can't show you the fucking clip. You know I can't do that. It's going to be all type of different problems. But this is how she looks in the damn thing. Look at her about to look like she about to bust somebody's ass. Somebody about to get fucked up. I don't think they know. It might still be a secret. Like somebody about to get their ass bust. It might still be a secret. She go, somebody's about to get their ass bust there too. Look, they're about to be a whole bunch of ass bustings about to happen. Or just happen. You can't be, you just never know when there's ass busting involved. It was a better shot. So yes, I want to see this. You have no idea how much you want to see this. I like I'm into assertive women. I'm into assertive women. Academics just mentioned CEO Chris on Twitch. I know he's had to watch BBN at some point. What he just mentioned, what he said about him. What he said about him. Everybody ignored CEO Chris. I told you about a whole bunch of shit everybody ignored. I don't know what to tell you. Right now I'm trying to tell people what to do to get the cops off their ass. I hope some people are paying attention. I don't want y'all niggas shooting and killing each other, and I don't want y'all niggas going to jail. So I'm hoping a couple people is paying attention every time I try to drop any kind of knowledge about anything at all, how to not go to jail. I don't want niggas going to jail, man. We need all our soldiers out here in the street. There's a war coming, for real, for real. Y'all don't get it yet, though. They want to put y'all in jail because there's a war coming. They want as few of us out here on the street as possible. I promise you. They're going to have you all in jail, and then when the war comes, they're going to give you the option to stay in jail or go fight. That's what y'all don't understand yet. They can give you an option to stay in jail or go fight. I promise you. There's a war coming. Okay, so hold on. Do you remember a couple of years ago, I told y'all that there was a war. Then all of a sudden, right after, hold on, I'm going to tell you when I first told y'all that there was a war. Remember when that dude got nuked? Or they hit him with a rocket at the airport over in Iran? Or in Iraq, wherever they shot the airport at, and they killed that general? And I told you they killed the general because there's a war going on. And I said, watch, the war's going to be like that for a little while, and then sooner or later, it's going to be feet on the ground. For anybody that remembers, I was talking about that. But I said it's not going to be here in America because they can't get over here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're going to see them coming through Canada or Mexico. They're not going to be able to get over here. So, but there's going to be feet on the ground somewhere. And what's happening over in the fucking Ukraine? I told y'all. My body and soul said they do watch. They who? Use them as an example of Rico comparing YSL. Alright. But yo, listen, pay attention. I told y'all. Look. I don't know what to say. Watch. We need to keep all of our soldiers out of jail. I promise you. Because America's going to... Biden is just sending us down an extremely destructive path. What I think that they're going to try to do is be in the middle of a war when the next election comes so he can't be removed. Y'all better prepare for that. You do know that's a thing, right? Where if we're in the middle of a war, they can hold off elections. You do know that, right? I hope I'm not telling you something you don't know. Hope I'm not telling you something you don't know. Also, the death penalty is no longer on the table for YNW Melly, so salute to that. Today, YNW Melly wins a motion to remove the death penalty against prosecution. So, the death penalty is no longer on the table for YNW Melly. Salute to that. Also, Nicki Minaj's husband was sentenced to probation. They didn't put him in jail. They sentenced him to probation. He's on house detention. So that's also a good thing. So salute to that. Little Ace fans is free K Flock. Well, he should definitely be I think things that are happening right now that's gonna be beneficial for him. Sorry, there's some chick dancing on Instagram. So I think I apologize about that. So I don't know. That's how they be dancing in those clubs and shit. He's just killing, just fucking up my fucking whole YouTube. Anyway. Shout out to that guy. My neighbors are great. They're great. They were super polite and everything. These guys are great. YNW Melly death table or death penalty off the table. That's great. It seems like this is definitely rolling K Flock's benefit. In K Flock's benefit. Why are you concerned with how I find out information? That's what you're concerned about? How I find out information? That's what you're concerned about. Not the information. You don't want to know what the fucking information is. The information don't matter to you. These niggas is weirdos. If you know how to do research, you don't have to ask me how I find anything out. If you don't know how to do research, I'm not here to teach you. Is that fair? I told y'all that they was at a war. And I told you that was going to be boots on the ground. I literally forgot I said that. Did I say any other shit? I forgot I said that. I said China and Russia. And with Russia's currently in the Ukraine, and China's going for what? China's going after some country over there near them too. And NATO is supposed to be sending some troops over there. NATO troops. NATO troops are just American troops. NATO doesn't have an army. That's what people fail to realize. NATO don't have an army. NATO's army is America. NATO's I don't use drugs. Get that. Don't kick them yet. they way too far. I shouldn't be able to hear them. They're like all the way up on the sidewalk. I should not be able to hear those guys. Sorry, I'm being nosy. Anyway, so with that being said, YNW Melly, Death Tape Walk there. Well, K Flock. It looks like everything is looking up for him. It looks like things is making a turn. Maybe YSL gets something. Maybe something happened for YSL. But he said YSL. Wait, so he said CEO. I gotta take the shoes off, man. Hold on. So he says CEO Chris's name in the same sentence with YSL? So what is he trying to say? There's only one thing he could be saying if he's saying CEO Chris's name in the same sentence with YSL, right? Did Tory Mosley leave? He left already. But if Tory Mosley is correct, I don't know. If Tory Mosley is correct and he mentioned CEO Chris in the same vein as Treyway, Rico, and YSL, is he trying to say that one of the plants is a high figure? I told y'all there was multiple people. Didn't I say that? Hold on, stop everything. Didn't I already say there was multiple people snitching? Didn't I say that? I mean, they already said that there were. Yeah. I told you we'd be on point, homie. We be on point over here. We be on point, man. I told you. It is kind of dope that people keep pulling up on me all the time, being like, yo, Jack, you said a thing and it happened. That's kind of dope. It happens. I'm just used to it happening because it happened to me my whole life. I'm just used to it happening. But that's kind of dope. It's kind of dope. Yeah. Told you, there's a lot of people. That's why people be mad at me because I don't. Sometimes people be mad at me because I just don't side with the rapper. Because I just don't side with the rapper. I'm not here to side with the rapper, and I'm not here to go against the rapper. I'm here to discuss when we're talking about these matters why our youth should not do it. That's it. I don't want nobody going to jail, and I don't want nobody getting killed. I don't want anybody snitching. But I can't sit here in all honesty and be one of those dudes that's like salute to the hood, salute to the hood, salute to the hood, and at the same time not saying we got to do better. Because am I really saying salute to the hood and looking out for the hood if I'm not also encouraging growth and development? Tell me where I'm wrong, yo. That's all. Just tell me where I'm wrong. I mean, it's kind of dope. People usually got to nitpick to find a flaw with what I'm saying. The shit is... This is annoying, but that's always a point of pride, personal pride. How far people got to go out of the way to try to make something I'm saying seem wrong. That is a point of personal pride for me. I'm not even gonna lie. In many moments when I'm by myself, that makes me smile. That people got to go so far out of their way to try to make something I'm saying sound like I'm not telling the truth or that I'm wrong. What time is it? We're rolling. I'm liking the show, but I think I'm going to end the show early today. I'm going to apologize for starting late. I want to apologize for starting late. Soon. The fuck, I gotta get off of that mailing list thing. That is very not bullshit. I'm hoping soon to be able to get back to making videos and whatnot. So we could get back to doing what BBN does over here, chopping up videos, making dope content. I am also thinking about getting back into doing documentary style content. If you want to look up the America Killer series, I'm thinking about just restarting that series. Not for nothing, American Killers. I'm thinking about restarting that series. I thought about restarting it multiple times before and I didn't. But we got a couple of videos in there. Go check it out. It's documentary style stuff. I think I'm gonna spark that series back up. And we'll start there. I'm not gonna make any more other. Besides our regular normal videos, I think I'm gonna try to add that to the itinerary. Maybe one of those a week or whatever. It usually takes me about a week to make one of those. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, I'm not gonna lie. It depends. Just because, you know, I'm doing other things also. So I'm not just only working on that. If I was only working on that, I could probably just do it in a day or two. Yeah, man, we gotta get back I'm bringing all of the series back. But I want to start with one at a time. We have a shitload of series over here. I want to start one at a time. I would hope by this point to be where I can have had an intern or a assistant and some interns, and I could have just gave some of these shows over to them, and then they could produce the show, and you know I would just take a percentage out of money off of the video or whatever, and you know they could have the rest of the money. So that's what I was hoping to do. That's what I was hoping to do. So we'll see what happens. I'm not really looking to do that any further because of the previous situations, obviously. But I mean, I need to figure out a way to get that done because I want to do every series that we have that's inside of hip hop. That's we got inside of hip hop. We got sports shows also, the Gridiron. I want to get back to doing the Gridiron. I also want to get back to doing the Hardwood. Those are our two sports shows, football and basketball. We have different things that we was doing over here. It's just I was doing the show by myself, so I might do a couple of the videos, and then now I got to work on some other videos, and then now a month done passed, and I didn't get back to working on the other videos. So just doing it by myself. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We're gonna get back to work when we get some more computers. That's why my computer blew out and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm using that shit like a motherfucker. So we're gonna get up out of here. Look, everybody, just be patient. Patience is a motherfucker. Just be patient. Everything in due time. Everything in due time, I promise you. With that being said, I'm going to give a salute to everybody that's been watching the content last 2 weeks. We had 1.8 last 2 weeks in a couple of days. We had 1.8 million views. Definitely appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody that's been pulling up to the videos, hitting the videos. Go watch the videos multiple times. Run the fucking numbers up for me. If you fuck with the BBN, y'all should be running my numbers up. You know, fuck me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you fuck with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Run the numbers up. I'd appreciate that. Oh, wrong thing. Didn't mean to grab that. And shout out to all the new people that are now a part of our community. I definitely appreciate y'all guys. I'm hoping that I could keep putting up reels that y'all like. And I'm hoping that you guys find our videos entertaining. With that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody enjoy your night. Please, if you got anybody still awake in your household, give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they're still here. Also, when we go to bed, we want to drink a glass of water. When we wake up, we want to have another glass of water. We drink a glass of water before we go to bed because the next day it's gonna help us have more energy. And we drink it when we wake up because we want to restart our engine, our motor. Also, when our stomach is empty, it allows for us to absorb the nutrients in the water a little bit better because it's not, we absorb it through the lining of our stomach, right? Boom. So, with that said, if you got anybody, pardon me, whenever we're helping somebody else be the best them that they could be, in that moment, we're being the best us that we could be. So go out there and be great. God first. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.